Hey everybody, what's really happening? I'm your host, Anthony Brown. Welcome to another edition of the HBCU Alumni House Party. Today we're calling this the fifth quarter. Because in a traditional sense, had we been back in school, back in the regular world, we would be wrapping up the celebration of Bethune-Cookman winning for the 10th time in a row. Last time when I heard the score last, it was like 120 something to FAMU 0. That's what I heard when I was at the pep rally a few moments ago. I don't know about y'all, but welcome to the show. Happy early Thanksgiving. What's really good? I'm Anthony Brown, your host, a proud graduate of Bethune-Cookman University. And I'm so glad to be here today and just to be hanging out with you. Hey, hit that like button, hit that share button. Look, we're all over the place today. And listen, so we've been raising money this week for Texas College, for Morgan State, and for, you guessed it, Bethune-Cookman University. Now, that other school, that other FAMU, we already did some money for them. We did. We raised money for them some time ago. But we ain't gonna hate on it. Here, this is equal opportunity. When I'm raising money, it's equal opportunity for all of us and all of our schools. And I'm so glad that we are here. But I'm glad to be able to have some friends of mine come in to check in, to see what's happening. But wait, I'm gonna wait till he gets here first before we do all that. I'm gonna wait till I get some people on the screen. So if you're watching right now, I am showing this on our Facebook pages, on my YouTube, and every place else. Hit the share, hit the like. But let me go on and introduce our guest. Just, I'm so glad I had a chance to be on his show the other day. I'm so glad he's here to be on our show today. Now, you may know him. You may have seen him on television, on Comedy Central, The Daily Show. You may have been a classmate of his, or maybe you wish you weren't a classmate of his. I don't know. He's a 2001 graduate from that other school in Florida. Not talking about Edward Waters. Not talking about Flomo. Yeah, that school up on the hill. Yeah, he went to Florida A&M University. He is a comedian. He's a producer. He's an actor. He's a director. He's a DJ. He's a radio celebrity. I'm so glad to have him here as our guest for the day. Y'all show some love. Make some noise for Roy Wood Jr. Ba, 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 ba. What's good, brother?
Hang on a second, Pimp. I'm trying to figure out how to report this video for indecent, disrespectful content.
Hold on, because I brought some friends along. Don't do that, because I got my good.
Hang on. I got it. I'm gonna report this video for being disrespectful to FAMU Rattlers.
What?
All right, and done.
I got some family friends. Don't even do it. Don't do it, because I got some background. Anthony, I see some background. I'm gonna be with you in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. But listen, what's good, brother?
How you been, brother?
Man, listen. If I had your hand, I'd give mine back.
Oh, no, I don't know about that now. I would tell you this much. If we had y'all's football team, we would keep it. We definitely wouldn't give it back. So what we going to do as a Rattler Nation, we going to take these 9 years. We going to take this year off that Corona gave us. I know that they just announced the MEAC, that FAMU, that we're not going to be playing any spring sports either. So that chance to play y'all twice in the spring ain't gonna happen either. So we're gonna use this time to hit the weights. We're gonna eat some oatmeal. We're gonna eat our vegetables. And we're gonna come back and put that thigh out on y'all in 21.
You must be talking about North Carolina A&T or Prairie View.
No, I'm talking about y'all. I'm talking about the Wildcats.
No, because you
got House Cats.
Listen, you got to get you
the Bethune-Cookman House Cats.
You got to get you a football team. You got to get you a band. You got to get you some cheerleaders.
We got a band. We got cheerleaders. We got all that. What you need? What you need?
Oh,
we'll loan you some. Y'all want to borrow some? Y'all want to borrow some band members? We'll send you a couple over there on loaner. Put them on layaway. Send the Venmo.
What you need some
y'all
help?
Got the Venmo? You know what Venmo is? Are y'all allowed to have Venmo? Do y'all even have Wi-Fi on campus? How are you doing this broadcast this evening?
Listen, first of all, I'm in Cleveland. Wildcats represent
Okay.
everywhere. We
Okay.
represent everywhere.
Whatever you say.
We're
Okay.
worldwide.
Okay. Well, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're
We
saying.
are worldwide. Listen, I got some
You
good
still ain't
friends.
answer whether that it's got Wi-Fi, but it's good to see you, man. And all jokes aside, man, thank you for what you're doing for Black colleges in the middle of a pandemic. You done figured out a way to raise. I think what's your number? Don't even be modest. What we around about
Okay, so
200,000,
let me
quarter
see.
million.
I wish, man, I wish I was. So right now I am at $128,000. But it could be even more for those who are watching right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Well, good to be here, man. Good to talk trash with you.
Listen, now I love to be able to just sit and talk about. I want to talk about you and just your growing up at FAMU. You know what you learned, what you did, how you did it. But before we do any and all of that, I do have to put in the chat real quick. I'm waiting on my good friend Mary to come along. Real quick. For anybody who wants to give a donation right now, I am dropping the link in the chat. If you want to give it to Bethune-Cookman like right now. So not only for those Bethune-Cookman Wildcats, not only are we raising money for the class act, but any money that I raised this week, I've been raising money since last Saturday. The campaign ends tonight at 11:59 p.m. Come on, help me out. I'm at $850. If you can help me get that thing over 1,000, I'll sing at your next wedding or dance at your next funeral, whichever one comes first. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's very important that we continue to push for our Black colleges, because at the end of the day, FAMU was a school that had my back. A lot of the time early on in my student life, when they shouldn't have or didn't have to, I put it that way. And so, there are a lot of kids out there that need that extra push that sometimes you're not going to get from the old PWIs. No shade if you went to one. I'm just telling you what I needed and what worked for me. And I would imagine it's a lot more kids that are out there that are in a similar situation.
Now, where are you from originally?
I'm from Birmingham, man. Good old Alabama. My mom went to FAM.
Boy.
Yeah, man. So my mom went grad school to FAM, and my father taught journalism there back in the day.
Okay.
And so that was essentially kind of what the FAMU ties was. The dean of my journalism department, Dr. Hawkins, he's actually the person who introduced my parents to each other.
Come on.
Yeah, man. I literally wouldn't be on earth without FAMU. So, RIP to the late, great Dr. Hawkins. But yeah, without that brother then, and then 19 years later, when I started cutting up on campus, I don't know where my career would be. I don't know where I would be, man. I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful.
So what was it like? So was FAMU your only institution that you applied to, or what made the decision for you to get there? I mean, of course you said you were born there, kind of, sort of, but but what was that the only school you applied to? And that's was it a pity because mom and them was connected?
And see, I'll throw this baseball at you. See, you better be glad tomorrow the Lord day I'm not gonna cuss you. So this baseball, right? So I love baseball. That's been my sport. That's what I've always loved. It's always been my heart. I applied to 3 schools. I applied to Florida A&M. I applied to Clark. I applied to Tennessee State. And a lot of that was based on proximity and family connections. A lot of folks from my dad's side is from the A. I have family ties to FAMU, and a couple of my classmates was going to Tennessee State. And I was like, whatever, why not? And I found out Tennessee State didn't have a baseball team at the time. So they out the door. And then I looked at Clark, and I wanted to show you just how silly I was. This is how I chose the school. It was family ties at first, right? But then I looked at the record of the baseball team at Clark and the record of the baseball team at FAM. And FAM had a worse record. I was like, oh, they trash. I can walk on at FAMU. Man, I got my ignorant behind. Tell you something. I ain't know nothing about Black college baseball. I ain't know that they was going and getting Cubans and Dominicans and them white boys from Division One, and they was hitting that ball a country mile.
That was funny. Ladies and gentlemen, you all heard him say himself. Rattler said that his baseball team was trash.
Listen, that particular year, Florida A&M baseball did not have a good year going into the 96 season. So I thought I could walk on. And that was the tiebreaker. I looked at everything. I felt like both journalism schools were equal. I had family ties in both cities. and I just chose the school that had the trashier baseball team. And then I got there, and I did not make the team, and my butt was working at Shoney's 2 days later, trying to figure out, all right, so
come on, Shoney's!
What I'm gonna do with my life? Come on, Breakfast Bar. I was there. Shoney's, North Monroe, right by I-10. Real Rattlers know. Right past Tallahassee Mall.
Yes, come on. But I'll be some Shoney's back in the day.
But yeah, my father, the thing that I was always blessed with is that, my father was a civil rights journalist. And so he did a lot of news commentary about Black rights and a lot of the things that are still going on today in this world. So I used to ride around the South with him every summer for speaking engagements. Half these speaking engagements was to Black colleges. The 3 colleges I named, I didn't even visit because I had already been to them when I was with him.
Oh.
So I was very, very much, this is when I got my learner's permit. Man, we zigzagged all over the South. Everything from Grambling all the way across to I would say Morgan State. Like, we was everywhere, man. Up and down the freeway. My daddy was delivering the good gospel. So I saw most of the schools. So my senior year, when it came time to choose, I was just like, FAMU, that's close enough to home, but far enough away where I know y'all ain't gonna come check on me and be over my shoulder every week. Only thing I knew for sure about college was that I was going out of state.
Okay.
I wanted to get out of Alabama, and I love the crib, but I just needed to change the scenery. High school was an experience for me where, if we're going to keep it 100, socially, I feel like I didn't fit in until high school. And so a lot of that came from every 2 years, I was in another school district around Birmingham, And so when I got to high school, I finally fit in. But then all of my friends were going all these different places. I was like, you know what? I'm used to bouncing around and being somewhere new, so screw it. Maybe that'll just be what I am. And so true enough, here I am at 41, and that's still what I am. Life of a road comedian is that of a nomad. And so that's just kind of what I saw myself as when I was coming out of high school. So I was just like, I just want to go somewhere different. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about Nashville other than when me and my daddy drove through it going somewhere else. I don't know nothing about Tallahassee other than when y'all took me down here to homecoming. But I just wanted a change of scenery, man. And that's where I discovered East Coast rap. And this sounds crazy, but I told people, because Birmingham was just black and white in the 90s, like that, the concept of Latino diversity and just seeing different types of Black people. I had never met a Caribbean Black person before, which sounds wild. But in 1996, bruh, that's not the norm in Central Alabama in 1990. In the early 90s, ain't no Jamaicans just running around Birmingham. Ain't no Dominicans running. Ain't no Haitians just running around.
Wrong school. You should have came on down to Daytona Beach.
No, I met plenty at Florida A&M, and they were all wonderful people, and they gave me a wonderful taste of culture and a dose of exposing in different nationalities and all of that good stuff.
Amazing. The food is amazing.
Oh, dude, somebody was like, you want a Johnny cake? My country behind. What that is? What's a Johnny cake? What's a conch fritter? Man, they be eating the shrimp. I call back home. Man, they be taking the shrimp out the shell. It called a conch fritter.
Yeah, they do. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with Roy Wood Jr., comedian. Listen, laugh out loud. We're going to have more. We're going to take a quick snapshot here. We call it the fifth quarter, right? So typically with the fifth quarter, it's about the bands doing their 1-2, just doing their 1-2 one more time. If you didn't already show out in the pregame, if they didn't already show out at halftime, they're going to just give you a little bit more extra after the game is over. So because we are not in Florida, like where we would be at this time of the year in Orlando, we're going to take a quick moment and we're going to show you just a little bit of the Bethune-Cookman and FAMU's band. And we're going to talk some more with Roy Wood. And I also got some of my alumni that brought me some backup. I don't need them, but I got some backup today, Roy. So, hey, ladies and gentlemen, let me see. I think we're going to do it like this. How about this? We just going to just commentate on some of this here. Now, this particular halftime, this is the halftime show from last year.
Now, is this bias where you only showing Bethune doing good?
I'm going to give you a piece. So, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy a piece of this.
So the Debion, the Drummingers, the Nebulous Five, the Five Horsemen. Whether you wish. The Big Balloon Open University.
How long did y'all practice classic performances? Because I was never in the band.
You know what? To be honest with you, I wasn't either. I was in choir, but you know what? I think I have some. I was in choir. They practiced day and night. I remember band being on the yard. It seemed like they were on the field till the midnight
They
hour.
practice more than football. Black college bands practice more than football.
They did not stop what they were doing. They kept it going 24/7. It seemed like even when it was not football season, the band just kept practicing all night long.
I remember on Monday nights, we would be in the dorm in the TV room watching Monday Night Football. And, Monday Night Football ended at like 10:30, 11 o'clock. As soon as Monday Night Football go off, we'd switch over to Video Soul, or they do the Coca-Cola Top 20 Video Soul with Donnie Simpson and Sherry Carter. And we'd switch over to Video Soul and Caribbean Rhythms. Them band members wouldn't be coming back in until after BET Nightly News. And then, Caribbean Rhythms, and then that Quiet Storm hit about 11:30, midnight-ish. You see them band carrying that French horn covered in dirt. I'm like, couldn't be me. But God bless you. Keep on keeping on.
Wow. All right. So just because I don't want anybody to think I'm being biased, and I said it's fifth quarter, and I do have a guest from Florida A&M University.
I appreciate this.
I'm going to go and show a little bit of, let's see. Okay. I'm going to show FAMU's part of their halftime show from last year as well. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't being, but there we go. See?
You fair and balanced.
At this time,
Look at them. Look at that. Look at that design. They're making designs. I don't know how the band be doing all that in them wool uniforms with no perforations in the underarm. Just heat. You ever seen a band uniform? At least a football uniform got perforations. It's got little dots in there so a breeze can come through there, hit your chest. Them band uniform, them things be buttoned up.
Be tight, and they be stiff, like they just soak them in some starch.
With a wool hat on, I just be sitting and staring at them in that heat. Because I used to write for the campus paper, man. I'd be down on the field trying to like cover the game and be looking over at the band. I'm just like, I don't know how y'all ain't just like that. The most important job in any black college band is the dude with the water. I don't know if you ever seen that one brother just weaving through the band, just passing out Dasanis as soon as they come off the field. That's you're stopping heat stroke.
That's an important job. That's an important job.
That's as important as conductor, I would argue. Or band director, whatever you call it. I don't know. I don't know nothing about music. I ain't been in that world. But you know, the white glove who hit him with this.
Listen,
you know what I'm talking about.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, again, we are with Rowood Jr. from Comedy Central, The Daily Show. We'll be right back. And let me go take a break. I go pay a few bills, and we're going to come back and talk about what he does now, currently in the world. We'll be right back. Listen, you already know that the HBCU experience is like no other college experience. And as a matter of fact, it is an experience that you will remember for the rest of your life. Now, not only should you be able to remember the time, you should also be able to represent the memory with a life on the yard apparel. Now, these shirts allow you to bring a little bit of nostalgia back by allowing you to wear the memories of being on the yard, especially from some of those landmarks that no longer exist. This is my freshman dorm right here. Now, right now, you can represent those memories in your dorm life and support the HBCU Alumni Care campaign with your purchase. It's really easy. Just go to www.lotyapparel.com and search for your HBCU and dorm. Use the promo code HBCU Live, and $2 for each purchase will support the campaign. Now, if you don't see your school or your dorm, just drop the company a message. Use the Contact Us tab, and they will work on supporting your request. So what are you waiting for? Purchase a shirt, support the campaign, and represent those memories with light on the yard apparel. Your HBCU experience. And don't forget to use the promo code HBCU Live.
Hello, my name is Robert Mason. I'm president and founder of the Common Black College Application. The Common Black College Application allows students to apply to any number of 58 historically black colleges and universities at the same time for only $20. All of the students that you see here have completed the Common Black College app and received multiple acceptance letters and scholarship offers. So visit our website at commonblackcollegeapp.com to apply now. Thank you, and get educated.
Hey, welcome back to the fifth quarter of the Florida Classic edition of the HBCU Alumni House Party. If you're just joining us again, my name is Anthony Brown, the host of the show. Hey, hit that like button, hit that share button. We are here with a very special guest for the evening, all the way from, as a graduate of Florida A&M University, class of 2001. You've seen him on TV, you've seen him on stage. He tours, he acts, I don't know if he sings, but we'll ask him in just a moment. A good friend, Roy Wood Jr.
I do not sing, fam. I don't sing.
What about Dan?
You know what I do? I eat donuts and I drink watered down coffee. That's what I do. That's what I do. I tell a joke or two and then I go eat a cheeseburger. That's what I do.
So
trying to lose some of this pandemic weight.
So what got you into, okay, wait. How was it you gained since the pandemic?
Wait, say that again?
How have you gained, you really gained weight during the pandemic? Did you?
About a couple pounds, I don't know. I ain't been on those scales. You can feel it. You know when you're getting a little heavier, you put them pants on and that belt loop don't cinch the way it used to cinch. You know when you gotta.
No,
You gotta. I'd say I gained about a belt loop and a half.
well, let me put it like
So,
so.
not
I
a
got
lot.
this new tattoo on my arm. Let me see. It's hard to see. There.
Okay, I got it. There you go.
There.
Forearm, 450.
Yeah. So
All right.
this represents the weight I used to carry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Respect. Now that's a damn journey. I'm sitting here complaining about one belt loop. You had to change whole belts. You came down a whole, like you had to throw that belt out
That's
and
all.
go and get a nice smaller belt.
All them clothes. 450 pounds, a size 60 waist down to a 32.
Respect, man. We're gonna have to talk when we get off the app.
Anyway, let's talk about how did you get into the world of comedy?
For me, it was I always felt funny. Like I think if you listen to your instincts early on, I think it was always there, but I didn't act on it till I got to college. Like I always so when I played baseball, I rode the bench in high school. I was not a good baseball player, but my job on the team was to crack on the opposing team. That was my job. My only function in life every week when we get to the field is have something crazy to yell across the field at the other team. And so the goal became to get the parents to laugh. If you could get the parents to laugh, you did good. And if you could get the umpire to laugh, that was the same as getting a standing ovation. So at lunch and, at gym or just whenever I had a down moment, I would be thinking of stuff to say. So essentially that was the beginning. That was the genesis of just writing material and creating these different types of bits, if you will. Okay. So I get to college. I major in journalism. One of the prerequisites for journalism is public speaking. One of the courses that we did for a month in the public speaking class was improv. So for an entire month, the professor would give you a topic and give you five minutes to prepare the topic. And so, which was to teach you the concept. Knowing what I know now about journalism now is to teach you how to stretch the dope when you don't have a lot of information, how to keep talking, how to have a conscious stream of thought at all times. I would do these impromptu speeches and I would get laughs, and it wasn't on purpose, but I liked it. And so that was the first real hit of the dope. That was the first stand in front of strangers. You don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know what I'm going to say. And every now and then there'd be a laugh. And so then that's when I was like, all right, you know what? Let me see what this open mic stuff is talking about. And I got in enough trouble at FAMU with my grades that I was damn near kicked out to school on the front end. So
it ain't so.
Oh, dude, man, we was wilding. I ain't gonna say we. I was wilding. We was down there, man. We stealing stealing jeans from the mall. We trying to get liquor under 8. Like anything you can name in that realm, that little petty nonsense, I did it. And so when it got to my junior year, Dr. Hawkins just kind of set me down in the journalism department. He was just like, you got to figure it out this semester. And if the grades don't reflect it, we gonna send you home. And my mom said something to the similar. And at that point I was doing comedy already. I started doing comedy that summer. And I made the dean's list the rest of the time I was in school. And I wish that I could say that it was about, I understood the value of an education. No, it was, I needed this infrastructure so that I could still do comedy. Comedy gave me a North Star. It gave me something to work towards. And so you telling me if I make good grades, I can still do this over here and ain't nobody gonna say nothing?
No.
And they was like, yeah, that's what we want you to do. We want you to have
get ready for
it. So when I came out of school, and so this is how crazy it got. By my senior year of college, I had condensed 15 credit hours a semester into 3 days so that I could have Thursday night through Monday morning to take the Greyhound to go anywhere in the Southeast to do gigs. So I was doing classes from 8 to 6 every day, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I had night classes. Like I condensed my schedule so tight so that I could still have my weekends to go do stand-up. And when I graduated, I was making more money doing stand-up than any journalism job offer, which partly was because I didn't have any experience in journalism off campus because I was always doing comedy. But that's what I wish I could say I had a plan. I didn't have no plan, man. I just had a passion. I had something that I loved doing. So I figured out a way to do it better than everybody else or as good as everybody else, studied the people who were doing it better than me, and each lily pad led to the next lily pad to where I am today on The Daily Show. And that just all started in a public speaking class doing impromptu speeches. My entire career, my entire 22 years of my career, I have been running in fog. I don't know if I'm going to hit a wall or if I'm about to drive off a cliff or if I'm elevating and getting higher and higher. And every now and then the fog clears just enough to let me look back down and see how far I've climbed. And then it gets obscure again. And I think that is what helps to keep me focused. But, I know enough now to know how to navigate the game and figure out, okay, this show, I can look at what COVID is doing to the TV industry and go, okay, maybe I need to pitch animated stuff the next year because animated is going to get made faster than script. Like, I can have a little bit more foresight on which way the game is going, but not that much more than what I had in 1998 when I started. All I just had is passion. I'm blessed to be able to pay my bills. I'm thankful because the irony of it all is that broadcast degree is what got me my job at the radio station in Birmingham when I left college. And that job at the radio station is how I was able to network with over 50 radio DJs nationally with my prank phone calls, which is what helped me grow my comedy before I could get on television.
And that's a great story about that. And I want you to hold that thought real quick. I do want to bring on another one of my Wildcats real quick. His name is Anthony Barfield. He actually is. He's a member of Alpha Phi Alpha, one of my fraternity brothers. I am so glad that he's here. He was actually part of our production team. I know you all had a little virtual pep rally. So did we. And so I need to just show him some love real quick. What's up, bro? How you doing? You on mute, bro. Turn your microphone on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is. Hello?
There he
How
is.
you doing?
You think I get this by now after a whole 2 hours of Zooming?
Listen, boy, let me tell you about this brother right here. This brother right here, he was working hard tonight.
Man.
Yeah, I'm just glad to be part of the tech team to do my little part. Just to do my little part.
No, don't let him fool you. Anthony Brown came in. Nothing was little. Nothing. Have you ever known anything to be little? Anything he does little?
Nope.
No. Okay, so let's just stop right there.
He can't help himself.
Andy, you were real quick because Roy and I was having a quick question. You were in the band, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there we go, Roy. Let's ask him the band.
How much did you all? How different was the classic halftime show? Because that's clearly the one with the bragging rights on the line. How much? Because I was never in the band, so somebody not in the band. I already know y'all rehearse. Y'all work your ass off the whole football season, but how much extra went into the halftime show for the Florida Classic? Was that like, all right, we got this thing that we doing, but we only gonna do that at the Classic?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much things that we've learned throughout the years, but we'll have a couple of signature things that we'll prepare just for the Classic. Just for our rivalry. So yeah.
and then real quick,
like we see you on TV.
And if you could also, Anthony, real quick, walk me through that feeling of dejection when you left the field and knew that FAMU had a better halftime show than y'all. What was that like? And just tell me through what that feeling was like the last couple of years.
You mumbled something in there in between, Anthony, before he answered that. What did you try to sneak in there? What did you say?
Well, I was just we're trying to Brother Brown, if you don't mind, I'm talking to Brother Barfield,
Hey, it's
just walk me through the feeling of dejection when you look across the field and you see the Rattlers exuding excellence up and down the football field in Orlando, and just what's that like? That feeling of dejection, knowing that you have to follow us after we've done the dang thing on that field. If you could just answer that real quick.
Let me just say like this, it's all about perspective. When you're on that side, of course, you have that pride. You have that type of, I don't want to call it arrogance or whatever. You want to call it confidence. That's how we feel. We're confident in what we do. We're confident in how we can execute. We're confident on probably the same type of everything that you're saying. So it's, when we step off that field, we know we've given everything we've got. We know we pushed harder than we've ever pushed before. And we feel as though that we had a better halftime show. So, hey, all I can say is, Brian hooked me up on that song. My HBCU is better than yours.
OMG!
Hey, that's all I can say. That's the song.
All right, last question. All right, Barfield, let me hit you with a question I hit Brown with last week.
Mm-hmm.
We both going to the SWAC. What band in the SWAC are you most excited to see match up against BCU?
I mean, everybody.
It's going to be some good battle of the bands, man. That's going to be one thing that we really going to benefit from.
Yeah. It's we played JSU. I've seen FAMU and Southern go, and of course that's what everyone's looking for, the one with Southern and FAMU. But I'm looking forward to those other schools that's in the SWAC that's starting to rise and come up, like Alcorn, Texas Southern. What's the other one? We got Alabama A&M, of course, ASU's.
State, yeah.
Forward to those competitions, because we know what Southern's going to bring. We know what J-State's
on the low. I really feel like people be sleeping on Prairie View. Really feel
Prairie View too. Yep. Benedict,
they don't mess around.
Someone just said Benedict. Yeah, those other schools are coming up. I mean, if they're not already there.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm really excited about this move to the SWAC, man.
Alcorn.
They said real quick. They said you got to say it right. It's all corn, not Alcorn. All corn. Because they told you you don't say always. You say always.
Get us right, Mississippi. All corn.
That's what they told me. Hey, so before we listen, I don't know how long you're going to hang out with us tonight, but listen, Anthony just gave me my great segue. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we've been partying all day, all week, both with Film and FAMU in honor and recognition of our Florida Classic. Even in the virtual sense, we've been raising money for our respective institutions and for scholarship and all of those kinds of things. And we always have this fun, wonderful rivalry. And again, you know how we are in the HBCU community. We'll talk trash to each other, but we won't let you talk. Now, as much as we talk trash to FAMU, I will not let somebody else talk about FAMU.
No.
Yo.
In Florida. It's Florida.
That's still
real. They get to chirping on Twitter about HBCUs, man. I'll mess around and lose 2 hours of my day jumping in that nonsense.
I got to go to give y'all this. So we're gonna talk to another. We're gonna bring another Wildcat on here real quick. Again, this is the fifth quarter. It's the after party.
You ain't got no Rattlers. You don't know no Rattlers. You ain't got no Rattlers in your Rolodex. Okay.
You know somebody call it real quick. In the meantime, I'm gonna let y'all know my HBCU is better than yours.
HBCU, stand up. Like Jefferson. Hey, go. My HBCU better than yours. 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 Where you from? From the north. Where you from? From the south. Where you from? From the east. Where you from? From the west. My HBCU better than yours. My HBCU better than yours. Either from the SWAC or the MEAC. Come on. The CIAA or the CIAC. HBCU is where to be. We compete, but we're family. They're from the SWAC, from the MEAC, CIAA or the CIAC. HBCU is where to be. We compete, but we're still family. My HBCU better than yours. 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 Where you from? From the north. from? Where you from? Where you from? My HBCU better than yours. You can be from the SWAC, from the MEAC, CIAA, or the SEAC. At the end of the day, we got your back because we family. We're family from the SWAC, from the MEAC, the CIAA, or the SEAC. It don't matter where you're coming from, cause we are still family. My HBCU better than yours. 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 Where you from? From the north. Where you from? From the south. Where you from? From the east. Where you from? My HBCU better than yours. My HBCU better than yours. Come on.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Hey, welcome back to the HBCU Alumni House Party. It's the fifth quarter. Listen, my HBC is better than yours. That song right there, woo! What you think about it, Roy? What you think?
That's good. That's a good gospel right there. I never heard that before, man. And then it had like a go-go feel to it too. I was like, this is nice.
It gave me that DC go-go feel. I'm telling you, it gave me that straight house party.
Bro, I don't know what kind of rock we was living under in Birmingham, but when I tell you, like, just the infusion of Black culture I got from going to a Black college and just being exposed to so many different things coming from Alabama at the time. And I'm not trying to make Birmingham sound small. I'm just telling you what my part of Birmingham was in 1996. Wasn't no go-go music. Wasn't nobody rocking it. I mean, I got to the dorm. This first week freshman orientation, it's people playing go-go. Some dude playing Wu-Tang Clan. I'm like, what the hell is that? And then I turned on Master P. He like, what the hell is that? I'm like, well, we gonna both educate each other. We gonna spend the next week educating each other on music, man.
Oh yeah. Now that was something different because me coming from Cleveland, Ohio, going down to Florida and hearing all of the Florida music, and I was like, and Uncle Luke back then, like, what is this? That was totally foreign to me. Like, listen, I'm old school R&B. Where the crooners at? They're like, no, we ain't doing that down here, dog. So yeah, I got my good friend Leslie, who's from the DC area. She said, yes, DC all day long. So I just heard that song the other day. Now we just infused that video. We literally infused it tonight with all of the BCU images in that song. And I hope to bring the artist who actually wrote that and produced that. I'm actually hoping to bring him on the show real soon. Hey, I got the Honorable Vernon R. Matthews, who is from Hartford. Well, not Hartford. Somewhere up in there in the Connecticut area. Another one of my classmates. What's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm doing well, man, but it's Waterbury, Connecticut, my brother. And let's have a moment of silence for the man that's in the middle, because it would have been 10 years this year. And I think he should be wearing black to mourn the loss that it would be a decade, because the last time Florida A&M won was who was it? Barack Obama was the president. That's the last time they won.
Yeah, it's been
Barack Obama 10 years ago, man. But I tell you, I love Roy Woods Jr. He's funny, man. He's funny, but he's not really that funny because he went to Florida A&M. That's the last time he won.
Wow. So
10 years ago.
Roy?
I tell you,
I don't recall. See, here's the thing.
but
We want to get into petty discussions about the scores of games when what we should really be doing is celebrating blackness, brother. Why do we have to get into who won and who lost over the last 9 years?
because you guys would be rubbing
The
it in
moment y'all win, because the moment y'all win is the issue. Y'all want to bring it up.
Exactly.
I do not recall wins and losses. That's not important. First of all, we calling for a recount on all of them scores of them games. Because I don't know if I ain't learned nothing else the last 4 years, you can just say anything ain't true and just count it again.
I was surprised that you guys know how to spell jackpot.
Bush was governor of Florida back then. We passed that.
No, but
Y'all
you remember jackpot?
Mm-hmm.
Jackpot. Didn't they spell it JACKOPT?
Let me tell both of y'all something right now. Y'all better pray that our boy Andrew Gillum don't get it together and make his political comeback, and I know he will. And when he become governor of Florida, the first thing he doing is shut y'all down. This is me putting my finger in your face. Do something. Do something. Andrew Gillum with the bounce back, and the first thing you're gonna do is shut down beat. Man, let me text Gillum right now. You know his wife from Alabama. I know his wife too. I know RJ. She from the Gulf.
But are you guys gonna get Kwame Kirkpatrick to be the lieutenant governor?
As soon as he get out of jail, yes. Our mayor get out of jail. Now see, that's a low blow.
No. You said because once he got his stuff back together,
and
you might as well get some winners.
There was a moment when they thought he was going to get out, and 45 was saying, "Oh, we should have an HBCU in Detroit." I was like, "What you going to do? Get Kwame to be the president?" It's like, what?
Listen.
What? Yo, sit down. Hey, before we get up out of here real quick, we're going to talk about the campaign one more time.
Kwame, what's up? Kwame, you there?
He got one of them prison burner phones.
Okay, you in the weight room? All right, hit me back, man. They talking bad about you. Yeah, Wildcats. All right, hit me when you get off the yard. All right, folks.
Hey, real quick before we get up out of here, and we're going to talk about the fundraising campaign one more time because this gentleman who just joined from the line just made a donation real quick, but we're going to talk about that in just a moment. Before we do that, let's play a quick game of HBCU this or that. So what you're going to do is I'm going to throw up some words on the screen, and you're going to give me your first gut reaction of what you think, what resonates with you and why. So we're going to go right down the list, and the first one is school days or a different world?
School days.
Ooh. Vernon, why?
Because the consciousness, and even though I didn't do Ice Baby, but I enjoyed seeing Spike putting his own fraternity in there.
Yes, and at the end of the day, he told you to wake up.
Exactly.
What you got, Roy? What about you?
I think for me, it's a different world because that was more of a week-to-week thing. So if it's for me, I laughed more at it, and I think it was more influential in terms of how many lives did this particular project ripple out into. But also, I think it might just be I miss school days. I'm 42. I just turned 42. So I think I just missed school days by a year or two, and by the time I saw it, I was already in school. But Different World was every Thursday night. That was like clockwork for me.
And listen, for us, I want to say that because Vernon and I were in school together, and I literally thought that Dwayne and Whitley were my classmates. Every Thursday, 8:30, we were in somebody's lobby. Where we were in our dormitory lobby, we was in J-Flo, we was in Meg, we was in Curtis, we was somewhere in somebody's dorm, and we were like, how do they know that what they're showing on the show is like what we just lived? Like, we just did that.
I'm trying to understand how that show isn't in syndication. That's the one thing that Netflix is giving me hope on, man. Netflix is resurrecting a lot of that good black comedy catalog from the 90s and the early aughts, and I hope they go back and get Different World. I really do.
Here we go. Let's go with another one. Fall sports or spring sports?
Oh, fall. Fall. That's for all the fanfare. Better food in the fall. Ain't no tailgate for basketball.
But you were a baseball player.
I tried out and got cut. I like baseball. I ain't finna go watch it. Wasn't no good food at no baseball game.
No.
You know, like at a baseball game, it's one dude with a truck with no permit selling hot dogs. That's what you got at a baseball game. Non-sanctioned concession stand snacks. But at a football game, you got all types of stuff. You got jerk chicken. Like they be selling. I know y'all do it the same way over in Daytona. Whole plates. You can't even manage this food. $12 worth of catfish in your hand. You got to walk in the stadium in 10 minutes because so-and-so just showed up with the tickets. Now you out there eating hot catfish with white bread. It's 20 cents, no napkins. You just gotta, this is how you wipe your hands going into the game. You just fling them crumbs like Spider-Man. You Spider-Man in fish sauce, fish grease.
Yes. All right, Vernon, what you got? Fall or spring?
I would say fall would be my thing.
All right, cool. Man.
And like I said, it's you got the chitlins and the chopped barbecue and conch cakes and
now hold on. What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What tailgate was you going to with some chitlins?
If you went to like Norfolk State and places like that,
Oh,
it's not there.
Yeah, because y'all didn't do no chitlins down there, man. You're lucky if you got pig feet.
I hear another one.
Yeah, the crab cakes at UMass was solid too.
On campus
That's
or off
a
campus?
On campus.
Ooh.
Wait. Oh.
Ooh.
Here's the thing. Damn, that's a good one. When I think of all of the trouble that I got into in school that almost got me like kicked out of school and not getting my degree, that all happened when I moved off campus. Because it's more mischief. You got a car, you cool now, so you can get a girl or two, you can go and date a little bit more. With accessibility comes mischief. So if you're not a responsible person, when they said that freshmen couldn't have cars no more at FAMU, I was like, good. That was half my problem right there.
Wow.
We gotta have a car, because when you're a freshman with a car, everybody who ain't got a car got somewhere to go. They got an errand, and now everybody's Uber, and then that's how you end up in half of these crazy situations, standing in front of a Krispy Kreme waiting for a homeless person across the street to buy you a bottle of E&J, and then he come back with Stoli vodka, and you too young and dumb to realize that he just got your ass for $12.
Wait, how about we had the drive-through liquor store?
Exactly.
That was something I had never seen before. I had never seen the drive-through liquor store until I got to Florida. I was like, what? What is it?
Yeah.
Over there by Vernon, it was down the street from that was it Albertsons or
Nova? Was that
North what? Okay, I ain't gonna tell it all. But listen, bro, I got one even better for you. Not only did I have a car and I lived off campus, I had a waterbed.
How did that?
Yeah, it was a lot. Moving on to the next topic.
Yeah, I gotta say on campus, man. On campus was just more community. It was probably, you didn't realize at the end that was, some of the best years of your life, and you were making lifelong, friendships. And once you're off campus, you're trying to graduate, or you halfway to being whatever your destiny is.
Would you prefer the dining hall or that corner spot, whatever that corner spot was for a good meal?
Corner spot.
Olean's and at FAMU.
Wimpy's.
Wimpy's.
We had
so Olean's was the spot in Tallahassee.
Yeah, Olean's, and there was another spot. Nobody else from Tallahassee really ran with it, but I like Lindy's Chicken and I like Guthrie's. They were all walking distance, so bike distance. I ride the bike. So yeah, the campus cafeteria in my day, it ain't what it is now, where they got Chick-fil-A and Firehouse subs and all these other options all up in the damn cafeteria. When I was there, it was that old Said the Entertainer lunch lady with the all we got is peas and corn.
That's it.
Exactly. You want
the first cafeteria have with everything we had, everything was with rice. Everything. It was chicken, rice, fish, rice, meatloaf, rice.
Breakfast, rice. That's the old black people way. That's how old black people do. They put eggs,
it was rice
and rice.
Rice for lunch, rice for dinner.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, let me see. I got one more for you. Let me go see. We gonna get up out of here. We gonna say, would you rather go to the comedy show or the step show?
Step show.
Step show. Step show gonna be live. Comedy show is just gonna be people getting booed, and it's gonna be one funny comedian. I don't know how y'all treated comedians at y'all homecoming and at y'all classic, but we abused them. We PTSD'd them. Yo, one year, my freshman year, we booed Lavelle Crawford, Corey Zooman Miller, and Bruce. We booed them for 90 minutes straight. And I had no idea about being a comedian. And it was years later. And I opened for Lavelle Crawford. I go, yo, I know you'll never remember this, but you did Florida A&M in 1996. And he cut me off. Was you with them Negroes up there in the balcony on the left? And I was like, yes, sir. Because you never forget it, man. Them black college audiences, man, you got to bring it. And if you have a bad show or a crazy crowd, it never leaves you, man.
Listen, again, so this is, again, HBCU this or that. Thank you all so much for playing that quick little round. Wait a minute, somebody said the step show seeing the Sigmas.
Why the Sigma specifically?
Yeah,
was it always the Sigma? Is that a Sigma or is that a Zeta? That's probably a Zeta.
What's happening? Okay, so now
I don't know. I wasn't Greek. By the time I had the grades for pledge, it was time for me to graduate. I was like, man, I got to go. I tried to go by that Alpha House. I was like, my daddy at Alpha. They was like, what's your GPA? I said, I'll be right back.
I'll be right back.
Just never came back.
So, ladies and gentlemen, again, since June 1st, we have been raising money for different HBCUs, and our goal in this HBCU Alumni United group and all throughout social media is to engage and impact and inform our viewers about advocacy, recruitment, and fundraising for these HBCUs. Like always, we keep saying that we are the Black business. You know, you don't have to go anyplace else. You can just support us. And not only support your own alma mater, but you can reach out and help somebody else. You know, we didn't have to go to homecomings. We didn't have to go to classics. You didn't have to worry about paying for parking. You didn't have to buy that brand new outfit. All we ask you to put $5 on it. Just a simple $5 on it. And you all have been doing that for me since June 1st. And we've now raised over $128,000. But we are not done yet. We are still raising money this week until 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Morgan State University, for Texas College, and for my alma mater, Bethune-Cookman University. So you are more than welcome to give. I got my good honorable Vernon R. Matthews Jr. up there in Waterbury, Connecticut, who made his donation today, and he had to let me know. So, Vernon, why do you give?
Say that again.
I said, why do you give and give back?
Why I give is because I went there. I entered to learn, to depart to serve, and I've been living that for the last some years. You know, a couple of decades.
Wow, that is impressive. So I appreciate you making your donation today. And not only you can make a one-time donation, or you can make it like my good brother here. He made a recurring donation.
Yes,
wow.
Sir.
Impressive, man. Come on. I thank you for that. So we are dropping the links in the chat right now if you want to go ahead and support any of these schools. For those who are watching from Bethune-Cookman, anything that you give here to Bethune-Cookman and you're an alum, we are going to make sure that your donation is credited to the Class Act campaign that the alumni is conducting right now. And to everyone else, you know, we would love your support. I would love for you to come and help my alma mater right now. Let me see, going here real quick and let you know how much money we have raised this week for these three schools. So far, we have come along. Morgan State, you have helped us raise $250. For Texas College, $275. And for Bethune-Cookman University, $950. Come on, I need $50 more. Can y'all get me to that $1,000 mark?
Put me $250 on everybody but Bethune.
Well, once again, Anthony, we still have to have prayer for Brother Roy, because
hang on, this Kwame.
Kwame
Kilpatrick, where's that?
He thinks that he can call Kwame Kirkpatrick, and I'm scared.
Put it down. All right, y'all in luck. Kwame Kilpatrick said put $250 on Bethune too. So I'm good, $250 across the board.
So wait a minute, is that $250? $250?
$250. Ain't 250,000. Look at this office, man. I ain't got no money. Ain't no paintings on the wall. Look at that box. I got hair care products in my office. $250. $250 each school. So put me down $750.
So but we only could take increments of 5.
So it'd be $255 you got to give, or $245.
Oh, so low down. $255 then.
So
$255.
So you got to give increments of $5. So I can't even put $250. I can't even do $2.50. You got to do at least 5 on each one. That's why we say you got to put.
Wait a minute. You tricking me with the math. $250 is divisible by 5, man. You almost got me.
But no, it's 5 per campaign. You can put 5 on each school. Listen, I paid it for it and gave it to FAMU. So each school has its own. So I have a fundraising link for each school. So let me show you real quick.
I see the link. I see Morgan State. All right, I got Morgan State opening a new tab.
There's Morgan State,
and then
how
got
did you use his fingers to count? That shows you
y'all, this some of that Daytona math. I don't know none of this math y'all talking about right now. This is not college algebra that I learned. Where's the Bethune link? There it is. BCU Cares. Okay. Control T. Opening a new tab.
See, there you go. It's not gonna let you do anything less than $5.
We got Morgan. $250. It's not gonna let me give less than 5. No. $250. We going $250.
Come on.
What you thought I was going to donate $7.50 across the board?
Come on with the $250 per school. I'll take it. Want me to swipe the card for you?
You know what, man? I don't even know if I should even donate the money now.
Yeah, we should get him a Lefevre Hall shirt and make him wear it at his next comedy show.
So you saw the commercial, right? Life on the Yard Apparel. This is one of our sponsors right here. So every time someone buys a shirt, $2 from every shirt that you go to goes back to the campaign. So you can go to the website, Life on the Yard Apparel, and you use the promo code HBCU Live. And we'll give a quick donation. Okay, we're going to do some closing thoughts right after this last commercial break. And I'm going to just check on and see what Roy Wood is doing in his life so we can be able to keep up with him and follow him and all of his antics and shenanigans while he makes his $250 donation, however he wants to see fit. Yeah. We're going to take whatever I ain't going to complain. I'm going to be happy with whatever I get. So y'all, we'll be right back with more of the HBCU Alumni House Party right after this. Hey everyone, let me tell you about exclusively HBCU. They are more than your typical subscription box service. Their mission is to highlight and collaborate with other HBCU alums and entrepreneurs while providing opportunities and scholarships to current and future HBCU scholars. And did I mention they have a really great product line like this and this and even this. The company's aim is to bring awareness to HBCU's rich history and showcase why our alma maters are still relevant and essential today. Now, they want to continue their support by donating 10% of each sale to the United Negro College Fund by using the promo code UNCF at checkout. So go check out their website at www.exclusivelyyhbcu.com and grab you something nice for yourself or that HBCU student of yours. Better yet, sign up for the quarterly subscription box and use promo code UNCF at the checkout. And by the way, tell them that your Uncle Anthony sent you. Hi, I'm Anthony Brown, a proud 1992 graduate from Cleveland, Ohio. I am a life member of the National Alumni Association and a member of the Ohio Alumni Chapter. And I now have the pleasure of serving as the president of the National Alumni Council for UNCF. Now, I give back because Bethune-Cookman literally saved my life and prepared me for lifelong lessons, strategies, and connections to make a difference in this world. Now, I am well positioned to support my alma mater with my time, talent, and resources. And you should too. This is my HBCU. Hell Wildcats. Listen, I am so excited about the fact that anything that you give, you will be, we are appreciative. And listen, this man right here, OMG, thank you. Thank you. I think, you know what, Vernon, we may have to, we're going to have to take him off, not, we're going to keep him on the prayer list, but listen, that man right here then showed up and showed out tonight. And I am so thankful.
He's the visiting preacher. So he got that, you always pass his plate around for the visiting preacher. That's what he did.
Listen, y'all can be all polite now.
Listen, anytime.
Y'all can be all polite, and it's all love. But I'm telling you, when Andrew Gillum come back and win the governor of Florida ship, that's not a real word. When he wins the gubernatorial ship of Florida, we coming for BCU. Okay, we're gonna make that a FAMU annex.
But what about Edward Waters and Florida Memorial? You gonna let they get to stay?
We'll discuss that later. Right now, we focused on y'all. Don't change the subject. We talking about you. No, what you're doing, Brother Brown. I mean this, man. Like it's a ray of light in a time where this year is real hard, and there are a lot of students that are being hit hard by COVID. My mother's 30 years in at Miles College in Birmingham, and so when you look at that whole HBCU situation over there, it's no different than everywhere else in the country, where the schools are trying to make sure that they keep it safe and keep the lights on and keep enrollment up. The kids are trying to make sure that they have everything they need. And, it's hard. It's hard because a lot of these students are coming from families that are either dealing with COVID losses or they're dealing with unemployment. You got a lot of heads of household that can't afford to be the head of household right now. And so something as simple as books, gas money, that little $10 that you go spend round the corner at Guthrie's, everything that you're doing right now, man, this is going to keep some lights on for a lot of kids and a lot of hope in their hearts. And if nobody else tells you this, God bless you for what you're doing all summer, because you could have just been sitting on your behind like me, drinking coffee and eating donuts and putting on a couple of pounds, but you use your voice and your reach to try and change lives of not just Bethune, but every single HBCU, no matter how big, no matter how small, they're all important.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So listen, before we get up out of here, I want to I did want to go back and say, ladies and gentlemen, so again, we are now at OMG. So we are now at Morgan State University is now at $500. Texas College at $525, and Bethune-Cookman $1,220. Again, it goes to 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then tonight, as soon as we get off the line tonight, I will begin the campaigns for our next set of schools. So next week, tonight, we start with Edward Waters College. We're going to stay in Florida. We're going to go to Edward Waters College. We're going to go to South Carolina State, and we're going to lift up the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. So I'm an equal opportunity, even though I'm with UNCF. I've already did my UNCF week, so now I'm going to do a Thurgood Marshall week. So we're going to show them some love, and then we're going to get ready for the next week, and then we're almost done, y'all. We are almost done with 2020. So this has been something good that has come out of 2020, and I greatly appreciate it. And I thank Anthony coming on earlier today. I thank Vernon. I got another Wildcat who just popped into the room, but she turned her camera off. So I think it's Faith, but I'm not sure because she turned her camera off. So I don't want to bring her to the show. But before we get up out of here, Vernon, is there anything that's going on in the Waterbury community, or anything that you want to share with us that's happening in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, the second week of December, my book drops, Hated by My Own.
Awesome. Okay, so that means you're going to have to come back on the show and talk about it, right?
Yeah, and hopefully I can get on one of Roy's shows.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we'll make it happen. Which brings me right into what I'm trying to do.
Because
Boom. So Roy,
I
it's
got
your turn. Moment in the spotlight. Roy, you want to shout out anything that's going on? How can we keep up?
it's gonna be we're a couple weeks away from launching, but we got a podcast, Roy's Job Fair. We're gonna be addressing the issue of unemployment and this employment crisis that we're in right now in this country. We're going to hopefully connect some people with some jobs, but more importantly, make you laugh. And so, we'll get some eyeballs on that, and then I'll holler at the brother about the book. And we'll chop it up.
Right. That is. Now, here's a question for you, Wick. I'm just curious because now with this whole job fair, interesting enough, I was just on a call earlier today about trying to connect our HBCU students with job opportunity or just with resources and connections. And here you are, an alum. Maybe that might be I don't know. I don't know. There's a pipeline, or
That's
maybe
part of it. That's part of it. Yes,
and a connection somehow.
Well, because what we're the bigger purpose of the podcast is that there are a lot of people who have a job who want to pivot into something else, or you're where you are and you don't even know how to get to the batter's box, let alone get to first base in whatever career you're trying to seek. So we're just trying to connect people and give people ideas, on some of the more creative ways that they can go about looking for employment during this time, because you can't even just it's crazy. I can't remember where I read it on Twitter, but somebody was talking about how, my friend Brent, where you can't even just go in and ask for an application no more. Like, you got to go through the digital submission, and a lot of resumes now, they go through an algorithm that scans your resume for keywords. And if those words aren't there or are there, your resume don't even get to the stack that gets looked at to be considered for the job. Exactly. So you ain't even getting in the stadium, let alone getting at bat or getting on first base. So we're just trying to figure out ways to help people get in the stadium when it comes to employment. But we're probably still I'd say back half on the other side of Thanksgiving is probably when we get that up and running. The Daily Show, of course, Comedy Central, Trevor Noah's doing his thing. I'm thankful that he lets me kind of run amok and focus on Black issues a lot of the time. But that's what I got cracking right now.
So, ladies and also, Roy just put in his, you can see up under his name is his, that's your Instagram. So please go check him out. Follow him. Yeah. I appreciate the fact that you came to hang out with your Bethune-Cookman Wildcat family today.
What in the world is that on the screen right there?
That's a snake. You look at that snake.
Oh, I thought that
was
hurricanes. I thought that was hurricanes.
To all of my Bethune-Cookman family, thank you so very much for hanging out with me with this fifth quarter after party to celebrate our institution and Florida A&M. We're going to just show them some love and all that. And all HBCUs, because all HBCUs, hey, thank you for that. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Hey, I hope you can come back. We are here every Wednesday night, every Saturday night at 8:30 p.m. It's the HBCU Alumni House Party. If you would love to be a guest on the show, just hit me up. Let me know. I would love to bring you on. We can chit-chat about your entrepreneurship, about your small business, about you being in the classroom, about your political aspirations, all that and then some, because I believe that, again, we are stronger together when we are standing united. Our HBCUs produce some of the best and the brightest, and now you can see you can be whatever you want just by going to an HBCU. I'm going to close out with this whole video about HBCU greatness. Y'all, we'll see you next week. We enjoy everything. We'll thank you for the donations. Keep giving. Until 11:59, I'm out.